do it.
So we just had, last weekend, we just had a sweet Q&A call with people who are on our special list, people who we send stuff to, and it was great. But as usual, we ran out of time, so me and Josh are here to film another quick video. So stick around, and we're going to get right to it.
So we got some questions we just wrote down here that we didn't get to on the live Q&A call the other day. Also, I'm wearing this shirt because I thought we were going to do this at the beach today. We ran out of time, so that's why I look this way.
He always looks that way. He's just being silly.
But we'll put this, we'll probably zoom in on this or something and show you guys what the question is.
Yeah.
So the first one we got here is, I would like to know if my profit or interest accrued is subject to government tax. That's from Olusegun in Edmonton. That's great that you're in Edmonton. I was just in Edmonton. Beautiful city. I lived there for 5 years. I know what's up. Yeah, I'll
take it away.
Wicked. So you're gonna have to claim whatever profit you make on your real estate investment properties. So that's gonna fall under capital gains. Now there are ways that you can maximize, your potential income and limit, not necessarily limit, but reduce, the amount you give to the government. So if you just want to look on the internet, there's ways to reduce paying taxes with capital gains, just kind of some loopholes or things you can do to maximize your profit. So that's what I'd say about that.
Cool.
Beauty.
Okay, next question is regarding tax liens. This one's from Tom from San Mateo. Regarding tax liens, how many years must I hold before I get paid back? So Tom, you want to just hold up the camera? So Tom, with tax liens, it's going to differ from each state, but for instance, Florida, 2 years, you're going to have the tax lien for 2 years, and then you can send it to a tax deed sale, which is a little more complicated, and you can check out our Florida video for more information on that. But you can put it down now.
All right.
But depending on what state you're investing in, that's how long. Generally, you're going to look between 1 to 3 years. I think we answered this one on the call, but it's going to be between 1 to 3 years. So you'll have to hold it for 1 to 3 years, or however long the redemption period is in that state, and then you'll be able to foreclose on that. So usually foreclosure costs are between, we like to say, budget between $1,000 to $3,000 for foreclosure costs. So if you're going to be bidding higher than let's say you're comfortable, or if you're bidding a high amount on a tax lien, always make sure you keep that $3,000 into your profit, because it will potentially cost that much to foreclose on the tax lien when all is said and done. So, yeah, Tom.
Yeah, Tom. All right. Ed from Northland says, in redemption states, are you able to sell the property before the redemption period is up? If so, how? There's a big old wasp next to us there.
It's a bumblebee, I hope.
Yeah. So, great question. In any redemption state, you cannot sell the property before the redemption period is up. And that's because you're not going to be able to get a clear title from anybody. But where there is a will, there is a way. Come on. Yes.
Hallelujah.
So what you can do is draw up some paperwork. And if you can have the owner sign and waive their right of redemption, then that's something that you can do. And then you can actually get a clear title sooner. You could sell the property, start doing rehab, whatever you want to do. If that's something that you would just like a little bit of help with, send us an email, hello@taxliencertificateschool.com. We can maybe hook you up with some paperwork or just show you what we use. Yeah, that's about it.
That's a pretty ninja tip that we don't really share a lot. So you sneaked that one out of us.
That was a ninja tip. I probably shouldn't have shared.
Yeah, we're not actually joking. We don't actually share that one a lot.
We don't share that one a lot.
But you didn't see anything. You forget any one of those Men in Black things where it's like, it's like, what's happened? Anyway, let's move back into the portion of this evening. I have a tax lien certificate from Prince George County in MD. Is that Maryland?
Oh yeah, Maryland. It's back.
We're sitting right by the flowers. I have a tax lien certificate from Prince George County in Maryland. How do I redeem it? Nathaniel Riverdale.
Yeah, I can hold that for you.
Oh, sure.
So actually, I got on the internet today and did a little bit of research in this.
You're talking.
Before we even get into that, I just wanted to hold it. But
Okay.
before we even get into that, tips about doing research when it comes to a tax sale. So this is, what was it, Prince George, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Prince George in Maryland. So what I typed in Google was Prince George, Maryland tax sale. And the first result that brought up was actually the county website. So I was able to click on the county website, and they have, they're very thorough with the information they've given on the website. So I just spent a couple seconds browsing. But if that's what you can do, you can get on Google, type Prince George, Maryland tax sale, get on the county website. They have all the instructions for what to do if the homeowner doesn't redeem. So there's a 6-month redemption period, and not all counties are going to have that much information on the website. So if you don't have all that information, you can always then call the county and get some more information like that. But that's what I always do. First step, county, and then state tax sale. I find I get the most results. But yeah, so 6 months is the redemption period there in that county. Maryland is tricky because each county is different than the next. But you learn the rules, you can play ball, keep coming back. That learning curve, you get over that learning curve at the beginning, and then it gets easier. But 6 months is the redemption period, and then you have to file with the, I think it's like the city circuit or something was what it was called, their courts there. Go through the court, and then it'll be your property. And if there's other investors that have bought previous years, they'll actually have the...
I'm not following you, so you gotta get to yourself.
If there's other investors that have brought previous years of the
liens?
Taxes, previous liens,
Okay.
then they'll have the first shot at foreclosing on the property, and we'll have to pay everybody else off. But if you have the superior lien, then you'll have the first opportunity to foreclose.
Cool.
Ba-ba-ding.
Yeah. Quick side tangent. So just what you mentioned, the learning curve. A quick story. I went wake surfing for my first time this past weekend, and it was fun. But I got to drive the boat too, which is I got my boat license, boat exams for the good. Anyway, so the learning curve, just like tax liens, it's the exact same thing in anything. Anything you do, there's a learning curve. So basically, what you do is you sit behind the boat and you hold on to this thing, and you're like floating in the water like this, and your feet are on the board, and you're trying to balance, and then the boat guns it, and you're just like, huh, and I think I toppled into the water maybe 15 times. So there was 6 people on the boat. So the first time, nothing, just kept eating water. Second time, did it six or 7 times again, nothing. And then at the end of the day, it was the last time. They're like, "Do you want to go again?" And I was like, "Well, I have to try one more time." So got ready, sat up in my boat, put my feet on the wakeboard, had my hands. I was squatting like a bro, and then he gunned it, and I got up, and I was like, "Woo!" And I was like, "Yeah!" And it was great. I've snowboarded before, so as far as the balance goes, I was able to once I got up, I was able to balance really well and kind of move into everything and start carving the water a little bit. But that's such a great example of the learning curve where this time with tax liens and deeds, you're going to hit those times where you're just going to get so frustrated and you're going to be thinking to yourself, why am I doing this? This is stupid. I hate my life. Or something like that. I mean, we've all thought that about different things in our lives, but what's important is that you just keep doing it, because for me, that initial part was really hard to get that balance and get up. But then once I got that, because I've done things in the past in snowboarding, I was able to balance and carve and get used to it really quickly. And that can be the same for tax liens and deeds. So if you start in tax liens and deeds and maybe you have a really hard time finding counties or getting the list or combing the list, eventually you're going to get better at that. And then when you go on, let's just say you start doing wholesaling or you move into other avenues of real estate, you're going to catch on so much quicker because you put in that hard work and that effort to get stuff done previously. And it's that's basically the metaphor of life. And I'm sure you and I will have more metaphors of life with the same story, but hopefully you can use that too. I hope that encourages you a little bit just to keep going. And if you're feeling down, just know that we've all felt down doing this stuff before and doing lots of stuff in our life. And what matters is you just keep doing it and you blow past that initial frustration and anger and keep going. So, yeah, side tangent. All right.
Beautiful.
Did you do the last one?
I did the last one, so I'll hold this for you.
I am from New York, which is the best county to work in Pennsylvania. Thacker, New York. Thacker, New York. Josh knows more about Philly. I'm going to say Philly. That's my...
Yeah, Philadelphia.
Philadelphia is pretty... They have lots of tax sales. They have 2 that are really good. Lots of information. I know the county websites are pretty good. And, yeah, we picked up, I think 15 properties so far there or something around...
Yeah, 15.
11,
On
15.
fire.
Anything else you want to add to that one?
Yeah, Philadelphia County.
Okay. Philadelphia County.
Oh, this is a hot topic.
Yeah.
Let's just get her done.
Yeah, let's get her done.
What is your actual current yield experience? That's from Jerry in Colorado. So we're going to hit on that. Our actual yield experience. Well, of course.
What does he mean by yield experience, Josh?
Pretty sure he's saying, what kind of money are we making here? You know, what's the actual? So we advertise on our website, for instance, that you're going to get properties for pennies on the dollar. Or
we say for the back taxes owed now.
Oh, we say for the back taxes owed now? We've changed that.
Well, yeah.
It's good. Yeah, it's a lot different than it was 10 years ago, but there are still incredible opportunities. So our actual current yield experience, it's hard to make an average of that, but how about I'll tell you some examples that we've seen or some of our coaches have seen. So I'm sure you guys have heard the example from, I keep looking at, I gotta look at this.
Yeah, look at the camera.
I gotta look at the camera, I'm gonna look silly. One of the examples that I'm sure you guys have heard of before is from Coach Kevin, where he spent, I think it was less than $5K, right?
Foreclosure costs, everything in, it was $3K plus $2K foreclosure costs. So he was just a total $5K.
Yeah, so we could just say $5K, and he's got a car wash and a convenience store, right?
And a gas station.
Yeah. And so him and his wife are actually running the car wash. Yeah, they're running the car wash right now. They've made it a business.
And they're fixing up the gas station, the convenience store.
Yeah, so you're looking at like $750,000 plus, in equity there, which is amazing.
So that's pennies on the dollar.
That one's pennies on the dollar for sure. So it still happens.
Yeah.
Now we started a hedge fund, which is what we use at the live auction training. And so I think right now, or a couple weeks ago, we're looking at, we had invested around 1.3 million, looking at around 3 million in equity with the properties. So that's not including rehab as well. But those are some numbers just to give you an idea. In Philadelphia, we're picking up houses that are worth, 50, 60, 70,000. We're picking them up for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10K. Doing some rehab, maybe sometimes selling it to a contractor or something if he can do work with it. In Texas, we're picking up a lot of deals. Often we're going to be getting them 40, 50, 60% of market value, sometimes less, depending on the situation. There is a assessed $500,000 home we picked up for $74K. It's got a $100,000 IRS lien on it, and they have been notified. So that's they're either going to redeem or it's just going to go away. One of the two. I don't think they're going to redeem. So probably $74K in, maybe 100, 200K in rehab to get up to $600,000, $700,000. So those are the numbers that we're playing with right now. So that's what's happening at this very moment in the past few weeks, months. So that's something we can't argue with at all.
Yeah.
I think that's a very accurate view.
Yeah, and we advertise because it's true. You can, tax liens can range anywhere from 8% to 36%. Now, depending on where you're at, that 8% could be 8% per year. So it's 0.75% a month. So if they redeem within 3 months, it's only 1 or 3 or 4%. But still, you're still getting good money on that. But then there are states for instance, Texas or Georgia, where it's 25 or 20%, which is a penalty state, which means the second it leaves the sale, they need to give you that 25% extra on top of it, or 20%. So whereas the interest rate is accruing over the months, the penalty means it's just a penalty, so they have to pay that. And I think Philadelphia is a penalty state as well, which is it 10%?
Yeah, 10%, but often they're not even going to redeem if it goes that far. And it's only for people that are living in the property. So if it's vacant, there's no right of redemption. It's only for people that have been living in the property for the past 90 days, so 3 months.
Cool.
Cool.
Are you still looking at the camera? Are you looking at the screen?
I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know.
We're trying to make him good at video. He's got such a lovely face for it. Okay, so...
Two left.
No, just one. We already did that one.
Oh, okay.
If we go to live auctions with you, do you give us some of the contacts you use in those specific locations, like title searches and other stuff? Joan from San Bruno.
Joan?
Want to take that one home?
Yeah. So live auction training events will help you out as much as possible. If you want to partner with us in the hedge fund, you can do that. If you want to do it yourself and then use maybe some of our resources, you can do that. You can use our team, our crews, our rehabbers, contractors. we'll give you access to everything we have. So our title search people, our title search resources, we'll let you use those. Attorneys, we've combed through some attorneys in each state that we're working through to find the best ones that work well with us and what we do. So we'll give you their contact information. What's so funny?
I like filming videos of this guy. It's fun.
And then, for instance, in Houston, Texas, we always try to have Richard and Richard. Richard's the attorney, then Richard's also our title guy. They're two different Richards. We have them come to the Friday meet and greet. They weren't able to make it last month just because of vacation, but we often have special guest speakers. We used to have some contractors in the area come in and speak. So you can get all their contact information from us when you come. So we will help you as much as we possibly can and answer as many questions as you ask.
Cool. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of brings us to the end of the questions that we didn't get to on the Q&A. We are going to have another one this Saturday. So it's going to be at the same time, but you'll get an email Saturday morning about that with the call login details. So Josh is back in town for a few weeks, so we thought, well, let's do a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So it's like a celebration.
And the next Q&A video we'll definitely do at the beach.
Yeah, we're going to do that one at the beach.
It's beautiful here in Vancouver, so it makes sense.
We're going to do it at the beach for sure. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, hello at Tax Lien Certificate School is the email. I'll put it up here. I'll put it right here.
Or you can call us.
You can call us. I'll put the number right here.
877-405-1050. Let's talk to Jordan Lewis.
Yeah.
He's a new guy we added to the team.
Yeah.
From Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Yeah. We've known him for a long time. Yeah. He's pretty awesome. So
long time.
We're excited to have him on the team. Is there anything else that we need to... subscribe to our channel. Yeah. So you're probably going to see this on YouTube. So I'm going to put the subscribe button up here on top of our heads. So subscribe. You're going to get access to all the other videos when they come out. Sometimes I've been uploading the videos like a week before we actually send them out to everybody. So you'll actually be able to get it firsthand, instant access to the videos. And then also comment on this video. Tell us what you liked. If you learned anything. If you have any questions, you can comment and we'll answer those below as well. And there's a crane moving. It's pretty cool right now. Maybe I'll be able to catch it when we end this. But yeah, so that's it for me. You got anything else to?
That's 100%, man. You gave her. That's good.
Sweet, guys. Well, have a great rest of your day whenever you're seeing this. I hope your day is sunny and bright, and we will talk to you very soon.
Ciao.
Much love from the Tax Lien Certificate School. Woo! So it's always good to call just to make sure or check online, and we're going to show you some websites where you can check online for that. So the interest rate starts at 18% in Florida, but what happens at the auctions, the tax lien auctions, is the bidders will bid down the interest rate from 18%, and you can bid in increments like, for instance,